to Deadly Dames, and this is this week's pickup video. So I know from last week I'd said I had a few things to come through in the post, and they've all arrived as far as I'm aware. I also went back to FOP to see what was still in their sale, and there's loads. So if you're a horror, fantasy fan, even sci-fi, they've got a whole section of sci-fi. Get yourself in there because there's a really good Halloween sale on just now with them. So the first thing up, this is the only steelbook that I got, and I actually bought it in the 3 for 20 from HMV. I couldn't quite find 5 to get the 5 for 30, I was kind of cut for time, so I just picked up the 3. So I got Ghost in the Shell steelbook. I do actually have Ghost in the Shell at the moment, the animated version with part 2. So I'll hang on to that anyway because it's got 1 and 2 on it, but the steelbook was really nice, so I picked that up. And also in that, the reason why I went into HMV was for the Arrow video sale, and the only 2 that they had, that again, as I said, I was cut for time, but the only 2 that they had that I didn't already own was Wolf Guy, which I've actually heard really good things about, so I'm looking forward to giving it a go, and Pulse. But I do need to have another look and see if I've missed anything before the Halloween sales finish. Excuse me. And from Indicator, which is Powerhouse Films, I ordered a couple of their new box set announcement. They've actually announced some really good movies as well, but I think I'll just wait for them to come into FOP or HMV and get it in the 2 for 25. But the box set I got was the Wonderful Worlds of Ray Harryhausen Volume 1. I have also pre-ordered Volume 2. I'm a big Ray Harryhausen fan. I think that the stop motion technique, I'm so sorry. Excuse me. I think the stop motion technique is amazing and will always be something that sort of sticks with me, like a lazy Sunday afternoon watching Clash of the Titans, or you know, Gulliver's Travels or something like that. I just always have a weak spot for stop motion, and obviously he's the daddy of it. So this in this box set you get It Came From Beneath the Sea, 20 Million Miles to Earth, and The 3 Words of Gulliver. I've not seen The 3 Words of Gulliver in a very, very long time. The other 2 I actually had in a separate Blu-ray edition, which I gave to my sister. These are limited edition, but what Indicator started doing recently is sort of re-releasing some of the ones which had sold out limited edition, like Christine for example, but they're only 1 disc. I don't know if these, I think these will probably get released individually, but they might not like have the big booklet with them. But I think this is a great box set. Definitely worth picking up. They've also released a box set similar to this, Volume 1 of Hammer Horror, so if you are a Hammer Horror fan, go and have a look at that as well. Over there. I went into Poundland just to see what was in the Halloween sale, and there's quite a lot of Halloween movies in, but not a lot that I hadn't already seen or already owned, so I managed to get a couple of Blu-rays. Now, I actually have seen The Victim before. Claire's never seen it, so I think we're going to use this as V in our Halloween challenge. And I think that counts, because as long as both of us haven't seen it, then that should be okay. Yeah, but Claire's never seen The Victim. It's a Michael Biehn movie, and I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was cheesy, but also entertaining, and that's what you're looking for in these type of movies. But yeah, it was quite entertaining, and it's got Danielle Harris in it. What more can you ask for? So I got The Victim. It was £1 for the pound shop. I think that's quite a good deal for a Blu-ray. And I also picked up Love Me. Now this looks kind of teeny, but like a teeny bop movie. But it sounded quite interesting. So like a girl's gone missing, or was it murdered? Was it missing or murdered? Missing. And another lassie meets this guy. They start to fall in love, and then it turns out like he's a suspect in this investigation of the missing girl. And I thought it could be quite good. It could be a decent enough movie. For £1 I was willing to give it a go. There's actually loads of Blu-rays in the pound shop just now. Not a lot of Halloween Blu-rays. There's a lot more Halloween DVDs, but definitely worth going in there and having a look, see what's there. And then again I went to Asda, because Asda usually has a little section for Halloween as well. And because I'm reading the Dark Tower series, which a few people have actually asked me to do a review in the Dark Tower books, I don't know if here's the right place to do it, but if you would like to see me do a review on it, I've read the first 3 so far, and I think maybe about 5, 6 chapters into The Wizard and the Glass, and I'm loving them. But if you'd like to see like a review of them, just let me know. But because I'm reading that, and obviously the Dark Tower series sort of interlinks with a lot of other Stephen King's works, I've had like a total craving to rewatch or reread The Stand. But obviously, because I'm reading the Dark Tower series, if I'm going to reread it, it's going to be a while because I'm still only book 4 out of 8 of the Dark Tower series, so be a long time before I could reread it. Oh god, I can't speak today. So I've decided to get the movie. I actually had it on VHS. I still have it on VHS, but I wanted to pick up the DVD. And when I went into Asda, they had it for £3, which I didn't think was bad. So I got The Stand, and I also picked up, and this is a 2-disc edition because it's so long, Langoliers. And, you know, Langoliers, I always really loved the idea of it. I loved the idea of, like, waking up from being asleep in a plane and everyone else is gone and only the people that had been asleep are still there. I love that idea, and I know it's probably dated pretty bad now with the effects, but I still really don't know, because I watched it so much as a kid, I still enjoy Langoliers, so I picked that up as well. And they also had an Asda Ghoul. Now, I remember seeing this on TV, and it is a made-for-TV movie. They kind of fooled me because they'd re-released it and it says 2017 on it, so I thought, is this a different version? But it's not, it is the made-for-TV version. But I love Brian Greene's story of the Ghoul. I've actually seen this one before, and isn't... I mean, you can tell it's made for TV when you watch it, so it's not like the best acted film. It is actually not a bad adaptation of the story, but the story is so gruesome, and the way that he described the ghoul in it is just disgusting, and the things that he does is disgusting. Obviously, because this was a 15 and it was a made for TV movie, they don't have that same disgusting level and feel in the movie, and that's why I got a little bit excited when I thought someone else had remade it. But yeah, if you have never read The Ghoul by Brian Greene, I recommend reading it, especially if you're a horror fan. The Ghoul will terrify you. Just the way the creature is described and the things that he does, it's disgusting. But this is not a bad adaptation of it. You can tell that they've re-released this again because of it, because it's similar in a way. Like, it's 3 friends, it's summertime, and they've got they've got a dugout that they're hiding in, and then one of the boys, whose father's like a drunkard, works in a cemetery, and he accidentally knocks on an old headstone which awakens this ghoul, and then it goes from there. So it is very reminiscent of like things like It and Stand By Me and stuff like that, where it's a group of young friends, and it's set in the 80s, and a lot of stuff just now is the 80s is the time right now. Everything's sort of reflecting on the 80s, which, come to think of it, I seen the Ready Player One advert when I was at the cinema yesterday. I went to see the new Blade Runner, which I really enjoyed, and obviously that's all about the 80s, so I'm really looking forward to that as well. But yeah, not a bad adaptation. Read the book first though, I would say. And then my wee journey to FOP, just to see what else they had in the sale. So I got a couple of DVDs and some Blu-rays. So the DVDs I picked up was Goodbye Gemini. Looked really interesting, so I decided to give it a go. It is an older film, it's not... Oh, I can't see a date on this. But, 1970. It's an older film, but it just looks really good. I bought the original Murder on the Orient Express. I'm looking forward to the remake, but I wanted to watch the original first. It's been a long, long time since I'd seen it. So I picked that one up. It was in the deal, you know, if you buy something else, you get that one for £3. So that's what I did. I got House of Moral Sin, which it just looks really good. And I bought a Roman Polanski movie. Now, I've seen Tenet and I've obviously seen Rosemary's Baby, but I never heard of Cul-de-sac. And I read the back of it and it looks really good, and it's got Donald Pleasance in it, and I think he's an excellent actor. So I picked those ones up on DVD. And then Blu-ray, I got Prisoners of the Lost Universe. It's got John Saxon in it, and it just sounded really interesting when I read the back of it. I think it's funny that it's got from the makers of Hawk the Slayer on the front. Hawk the Slayer's really cheesy, but it just looks really good. And I got a Mario Bava, got The Whip and the Body, so love Mario Bava. This is one of the ones which Arrow hasn't released. I mean, there's been a few. I think Hatchet for Your Honeymoon didn't come from them either. So it was good to get a Mario Bava, which hasn't been released yet. I'm still waiting on Planet of the Vampire, so I'm hoping that someone will eventually release that on DVD or Blu-ray in the UK. And then the last thing I got ordered online, this was a movie I've actually been looking for quite a while, but it's always been really expensive to get in the UK. And I've seen this one, I think it was for £4. I've never seen it before, but I've heard a lot of things about it, and I just love the title and I love the artwork on the front. It just looks... It looks as if the acting's going to be terrible, but it's going to be entertaining, and that's Gutterballs. So, I know it's by the same guy that did Feed, I think it is. If I'm not right there, like, obviously correct me. But yeah, that's everything that I picked up this week. I think I've re-caught a cold, so I'm really sorry if I was kind of coughing and sniffing there. I'm still going to make my way through the Halloween A to Z to be watch pile challenge, and I now have a V. I still don't have a Y, and I know a lot of people have suggested Yellow Brick Road. I just haven't seen it to pick up yet. And I think we'll do Just Before Dawn for the Jai, because although I've seen Just Before Dawn, Claire hasn't, so I think we'll do that. And I literally don't think I've got a movie that starts with Y in any of my films. I just couldn't see any. So I might need to pick up this Yellow Brick Road then. But yeah, as always, thank you for watching. If you want to chat about any of the things that I've picked up, just leave a comment below. You know we like to talk about movies. And please like and subscribe and take care.